If you're planning a cruise to the Greek islands, chances are you'll be visiting Santorini. You've seen the gorgeous photos, but so has everyone else and their dog, which means crowds, and more crowds. What can you do to make the most of your day in Santorini? We're sharing our top tips for visiting Santorini on a cruise with you lovely people, so you don't get stuck in a huge queue for the cable car and you can make the most of your day on this beautiful Greek island.
We've just spent the day in Santorini on a cruise.
And here are our top tips to get around.
Our day in Santorini started very early in the morning as the sun was rising. Cruise ships have to enter the caldera from a certain direction, and this means you generally get to pass by Oia, spelt O-I-A, on your approach. As you can see, there were another couple of cruise ships ahead of us, including an MSC ship, which was around the same size as our cruise ship, and we'd calculated that there were going to be potentially 9,000 cruise passengers in Santorini on the day we were visiting. We had a game plan to try and see as much of Santorini as possible, and this involved getting up early to get in line for tender tickets. So let's begin with our first tip.
So we're going to start off with probably the biggest tip we can give you, and that is get off the ship as early as possible. Santorini is a tender port, so you're going to have to get tender tickets in the morning potentially, and then you'd want to get off as soon as possible because you will have to try and get up from where the tender drops you in some way to Fira or Ia.
Tip 2. Please don't use the donkeys. It's cruel, we've seen it, it's horrible. We would suggest that you get the cable car, and that costs you only €6.
Yeah, one way €6. Unfortunately, you can't get your return tickets. You have to then queue up to then go down and get your tickets, but at least it's not that expensive. So use the €6 cable car and save the donkeys.
So if you're planning to take the cable car, here's what you need to do. Once you get off the tender boat, take a left and head to the far end where you'll find the entrance to the cable car. The cable car takes you from where the tenders drop you off up to the town of Fira. If you're feeling energetic, you could walk up the 600 steps instead, but we think the cable car is a safer, less sweaty option. As we've already mentioned, the cable car is €6 each way, and you can't book tickets in advance. Whatever time of day you arrive, you have to queue up and buy a ticket from the kiosk before you can board. If you are lucky enough to arrive early in the morning like us, the queue won't be long. We were on the first tender from our cruise ship and it took us no more than about 5 minutes to get on. Each car holds 6 people and there are 6 cars per journey. Once you're on board, you can sit back and enjoy the ride. When you get off the cable car, you can walk straight out into Fira, and if you take an immediate right turn, you'll get a great view of the caldera and your cruise ship. It's here where you'll also find the top of the 600 steps that the donkeys and people use.
One of the best things that you can do by getting off early is enjoy the quiet streets. It was literally like dead when we went up there. When we got back to Fira toward lunchtime, it was really busy, wasn't it?
Yeah, it was too busy, too crammed.
So make the most of the early start, enjoy the quiet streets, and also that means then that you've got more chance of getting the photos that you want of the incredible views. So if you don't have the luxury of getting to Santorini early because your cruise ship doesn't arrive until later in the day, we would recommend potentially taking a boat trip, and that will take you from the dock where the tender drops you off straight to Ia, and then you can get, also within that ticket, you can get a bus back to Fira again. But if you arrive before 9:30, boats don't start until then, so the boat trips only start from 9:30 AM onwards.
The public transport here is fantastic. You can get from Fira to Ia quite easily for just €2. Fantastic. Takes around about 25 minutes.
Yeah, 20 to 25 minutes.
Yeah.
The bus goes every half an hour.
Yeah.
You just need to find the bus station, but that's really easy. And yeah, €2 one way for a bus from Fira to Ia, and then you can just get the bus back where you dropped you off. €4 return. Can't beat that.
When you arrive in Oya, make a note of where the bus drops you, as this is where you'll return to get the bus back. You can then head up the gradual hill to the main street. The first landmark you're likely to come across is the Orthodox Church.
So we'd say definitely, if you can, try and visit Ia and Fira. You're going to be dropped off pretty much in Fira anyway, but we would definitely recommend going to Ia because we think it's far prettier. There's a lot more accommodation, isn't there? Like little houses and little apartments in the cliff face. So definitely more picturesque, but there are two kind of ends to Ia. One really, really busy, and one quieter.
Yeah, there's at one end the streets are so narrow, it's actually virtually impossible for two people to pass. However, when you go to the other end, it widens out, and you don't even see as many people at that point.
Yeah, it gets busy on the narrower streets because everyone is going to see the 3 blue domed roofs that
that you went to and you struggled to get down, which was a nightmare.
It was ridiculous.
Yeah.
There's actually not that many blue dome churches in Santorini, so there's one view where you can see 3, and that's what draws all those people to that one end. But like Craig said, the other end is actually, it's got wider walkway, and it's loads better. So definitely go both sides. But if you're looking for somewhere quieter with some nice views, when you get off the bus, turn left, don't turn right.
So, yeah, but equally, the views from wherever you go are absolutely sensational, not to be missed.
So just be aware, Santorini is one of the most expensive Greek islands, so if you plan to eat and drink on land, by all means do. Just be prepared that it's probably going to be more expensive than some of the other Greek islands that you might be visiting on your cruise.
Be aware in Santorini that we heard, and we didn't know this, but apparently it's quite rife for pickpocketing, so just be aware and keep your valuables safe at all times.
And finally, our final tip for you is that actually if you are going to be getting off early in Santorini, it does mean that you're probably going to be then able to get back on board your ship earlier. It means that the cable car then is going to be quieter to get back down. We did this around lunchtime, and actually people were still in Santorini, so they weren't thinking about coming down. We only waited like literally 5 minutes on the cable car to go down.
Yeah, very lucky. And obviously we came back then and enjoyed an extremely quiet ship.
If you're finding this video helpful, please hit the like button to help others find it. So despite the queue for the cable car to come back down being very small, by lunchtime the queue for the cable car to go up to Fira was pretty long. This was the queue we were met with as we were walking back to the cruise ship. The queue for the cable car can be up to an hour and a half in peak season. We visited at the beginning of October, and as you can see, the line for the cable car is still quite long. Still going. Still going. And there's the end of the queue. If like us you love exploring new places on a cruise, why not check out this video, where we share how to spend your day in different Mediterranean cruise ports. We'll see you next time.